Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you didn't know, and I do a bunch of push videos like this one you're seeing right now. You can already tell from the title, and I'm so freaking excited to do this video because as soon as I finished the first one, all I wanted to do was just binge the entire series. But this is going to be part 2 for Harry Potter. If you're new, I'm going to be doing 7-part series of Harry Potter. Chamber of Secrets is on my October TBR. I made sure to put it on. Personally, I love the movie. I think it is so nostalgic to me. Honestly, love the first two movies. The first two movies I have no problems with. I think they are little kids. I just got ready for the day. I'm in a sweater. It's so cold outside. Yesterday I think it was like 60 degrees outside, which wasn't bad because Dylan and I went apple picking yesterday. This morning when I left his house, I probably left his house around like 9. Freezing outside. It was like 50 degrees out. I think it now is 56. My mom put the heat on. I put out the sweater. I also have my Uggs on, and I've got some cutie patootie little socks on. Not deer. Why did I say that? Bears on them, and I'm ready. I'm gonna go to the coffee shop. I'm going to do some major editing because I need to get a video up this week, and then I'm also going to start this book. I think I'm gonna bring the physical book, but I think I'm also gonna bring my Kindle. I just fly by these books. Well, one book so far on my Kindle, so I think I'm gonna read it on my Kindle. But we are going to go get a coffee and just go enjoy our time together, and I think it's gonna be such a beautiful day out. Hello, oh no. Hello gorgeous people. I am back home. I've been home for a while. I was trying to edit, like I was gonna do a little bit of editing and then I was gonna read, but then I thought I got a virus on my computer, and I was like, because I was gonna try to get like a cute little Dobby aspect, Dobby X, well, little clip to put in this video, like as a funny thing, and said like error, like, oh my gosh, you're gonna get it. It freaks me out. Okay, and then I got like the rainbow wheel of death, and then I got a little anxious. Anyways, I started this gorgeous girl. I'm very happy. These are just lovely palette cleansers, and they're fantasy books that I can get behind, that are easy peasy to read, and I don't have to put a lot of effort in, because last few months for fantasy I've been kicking off with them, so I'm glad that I have something like this that is easy peasy to get through. I am now on page 39, about to get on to chapter 4. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love seeing all of these characters really come alive in these books, because the movies didn't have enough time. I feel like even though they were all like 3 hours long, they still didn't have, I personally feel like, enough time to be able to like make the characters. But also that kind of sounds stupid, but like whatever, it's fine. I'm trying to like understand this in my head, but I like how these characters are progressing. I also love the extra bits where you talk about the magic, because the magic that J.K. Rowling has, especially with like the witches, is more complex. Like they're not just like little things. Like they have gnomes in their gardens that are like these like little creepy things that are in the gardens, and Ron is like flinging them around and then chucking them across the yard, and everyone's like, the twins, him and Harry, are like, who can go the longest, and they're just chucking these like little gnome guys. That was hilarious. Never knew that was in this book, so I love that. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know, I just wanted to share that. That's nothing crazy to say on this little expert. I just wanted to say that I started this. I have my little Dobby too as my little bookmark. There he is, look at him. He doesn't have a sock on, but there he is. Love him lots. I think it's funny that I had these nails on when I started. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But like, it is the middle. I had these nails on when I started this video, or my first video, and now we still have them on. They are doing really good, and my nails are definitely really grown out, but I do not want to part with these nails because they are so cute. I love them. I also love having nails on because, and I don't bite my nails. Today is just going to be like editing, reading. Tomorrow, and Dylan and my dad leave for their fishing trip. It's going to be reading and editing, so I'm ready. I'm pumped. This girl's pumped. I am going to try to finish this book this weekend, because it is only, I believe, around like 3:40. It is 3:40. Easy peasy. I should be able to like finish this in a couple days, because I've been eating books. I've been literally chewing them and swallowing them, and I've just been eating up books. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. That was kind of nasty. Eating up books, been reading, but I've also been enjoying books. They've also been really short. They haven't been 900 pages like Crescent City, so. There's so many things in this book that Ron says, but then in the movies, Hermione says it. Hello everyone, this is how I'm spending my Sunday. I am doing Dylan's blanket, and that's what you guys saw me doing yesterday. This is it so far, okay? I think it's turning out lovely. I love my grandma activities, and this is my third blanket I would be making. I know ball. This blanket is better than any blanket I have made. All my other ones are kind of all over the place. Anyways, I wanted to give an update. It's been some time since, and I am currently halfway through Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I didn't read as much as I wanted to yesterday. I had to run some errands because I am currently trying to get Dylan's graduation anniversary gifts done. So yesterday I went and I grabbed some yarn, and then I started his last present because I also have to annotate Harry Potter for him. But I'm doing his blanket right now, and I think it's turning out really good. But I had to do some errands yesterday. I went to Barnes & Noble, almost grabbed a book, but I didn't. I stopped myself, which thank goodness I didn't have the money for. I didn't have time, and I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to. I wanted to have this book done by this weekend, and it's not looking like it's doing it. I love this book. There's a lot of things being said in the movies where it was Hermione saying it, but in the books it's Ron saying it, and it makes me sad because it of course makes Hermione look more intelligent and give her character more, but I like that it's Ron saying it. It makes more sense, and it also gives him more to say. It shows that his character is not just like a silly goofy one. He's intelligent and witty, so I'm kind of upset with that. But it was funny, the bit where they're in the bookstore, Arthur Weasley goes after Lucius after he's saying stuff about his family, and Ron's in the background, or I think it was Fred or someone was like, "Go get him, Dad." It was so funny. This bit where Harry got like the full signed books from Gilroy, and instead of taking them, he gives them to Ginny because it's her first year, and he's like, "You can have these, I'll buy my own." Harry is such a sweetheart, such a sweetheart. You would think after the way that he was raised because of his aunt and his uncle, you would think maybe he would, I don't know, not be as like kind and generous. Well, no, actually I feel like that gives him a reason to be kind of generous because he was on the wrong side of how a family should be raised. When Ron would talk about his family, like he showed him the house and he's like, "I know it's not a lot." And he was like super nervous, and he was of course like a little insecure about it because it's a little messy, hectic, but Harry's like, "It's perfect." I love their friendship because anytime Ron is a little like about it, Harry always comes by and he's like, "No, this is absolutely perfect. You're perfect." Oh, it's crazy that the Chamber of Secrets was created because someone didn't like someone's blood. Isn't that insane how prejudiced the racism in this book, but with like pure bloods, half bloods. It's insane that someone was filled with so much hate that they created a monster and a chamber to get rid of those people. That's just insane. The fact that Hermione is a mudblood and she knows more than witches that are pure blood, you know? Anyways, I'm loving this. I do think the plot's been slower. Would have thought more would have happened, but somehow like this book is so small, but she fits so much into it and it doesn't feel rushed. So I do like that. And you get like more bits and pieces to the story, and there was like a Death Day party for Headless Nick, and I thought that was really fun. What else? We learned a lot about Filch, which is very interesting. So I didn't know that Filch is, gosh, what is it called? Hold on. Lockhart is so annoying though. I'm not even gonna lie. He is so arrogant. Like we all know. We all know you're lying. I just can't. Okay, anyways, Filch is a squib, which I guess is someone who is born into, or is born with a family with magic, but he's born without magic abilities, which made sense because I always wonder exactly what he was because he seems like he didn't do a lot of like magic, so that makes a lot of sense. And the way that learning about Filch goes into the first petrification of Mrs. Norris is really nice because in the book I feel like it didn't really make sense, but this makes sense. Yeah, anyways, that's all so far. I don't have too much to say. I definitely want to keep reading. This first half, nothing really has been happening. We met Dobby, you know, like we just got to the first petrification, so I don't know how quick it's gonna escalate. I'm going to do my blanket. I have a headache. Like I worked yesterday and Friday, and both days I had to stay till close, and both days I made over 200. I was busy. I'm glad. Also, oh my god, you guys know how I was complaining about the apple drink. I got it. I literally got it. I thought it was gonna come out October 14th, but it came out earlier. I knew if we bullied Starbucks enough, like, they would bring it out. It's so good. It's definitely watered down because Dylan came home with my dad after their fishing trip, so I was like saying hi and helping them, so I didn't get to drink it, like chug it, but also I have a headache, so it's fine. I'm gonna finish back this video. Did another double today. It's Monday, and I actually wanted to show you guys the blanket. I've said it 20 million times. Dylan and I's anniversary is this Saturday. So exciting to me. I'm so freaking excited. At this ends. Okay. This is what the blanket looks like. It actually turned out really, really good. Like, I thought I was gonna need to buy a lot more yarn, and I didn't have to. Like, if I wanted it to be bigger, which I did want it to be a little bigger, more square, like this is more of a rectangular bit, but I really like how it turned out. It looks really good. I got 6 packs of yarn and I made this entire thing. It looks really good, so I've been cuddling with it. This is a reading update, not a blanket update, but I am 236 pages into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is all I have left, and we're just getting to Tom Riddle's diary. There's like a few major events that need to happen then that lead to the ending. So funny how ridiculous Gilderoy Lockhart is in this. It's also so funny seeing the boys like roll their eyes, and then Hermione's like drawing hearts and being very giddy, and it's so sweet because she's just a kid. Like, I would have been the exact same way. All us girls would have been like that. When they did the Polyjuice potion, Hermione, of course, didn't get the right hair for it. Things happened and she didn't transform into who she wanted to. She was freaking out and crying. I love how Ron and Harry kind of calm her down a lot of the time. Very gentle with her, and I really, really like that. I only have this much left. I'm going to get ready for bed, sit, and honestly just binge it. So it's Valentine's Day, and Gilderoy's of course going freaking nuts, and he was like, you know, why don't you ask Snape to make a love potion? Snape was looking as though the first person to ask him for a love potion would be force-fed poison. Leaves are turning brown. Red and yellow. Soon they'll be falling down. Malfoy was looking furious, and as Ginny passed him to enter her classroom, he yelled spitefully after her, "I don't think Potter liked your Valentine much." Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow away the sight. That's so funny because in the movie, guys, I'm so sorry about this. In the movie, for some reason, I didn't think Tom Riddle and Hagrid were the same age or like in the same-ish years for school. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like it's literally said, but I don't know. Hagrid had heard that a monster was hidden somewhere in the castle. Harry was sure he'd have gone to any lengths for a glimpse of it. He'd probably thought it was a shame that the monster had been cooped up so long and thought it deserved the chance to stretch its many legs. I love Hagrid. But why she gotta go to the library? Because that's what Hermione does, said Ron, shrugging. When in doubt, go to the library. He knows his girl. You will also find that help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it. I hope we don't fail to see
being free.
265. I need to shower, but I have 4 chapters left. Everyone else feeling really optimistic about finishing this book. It's not happening. It's 12 o'clock and I'm literally, my eyes are literally going to bed. The motivation has literally left my body and I'm hyperfixating on my acne because it hurts. 265 in. I want to get to like 280 and then I'll go to bed. But I need to shower. Good night.
What's it for? What's it for?
Alright everyone, I finished this book today at work. Work was so incredibly slow. I could have made a YouTube video and made more money from that. Anyways, I finished this book. I loved it. Am annoyed though with how the movie portrays this book because so much is left out. I don't know if this is going to be very repetitive in these videos, but I will be saying the movies did not do them justice. I feel like they left out a lot about history, about people's backstories, and I love those bits. I really love understanding the characters, seeing where they came from, etc. Hagrid had such a huge bit in this book considering that it's the reason he was expelled. They didn't really talk about it in the movie, but I do really like the ending with it. It is very, very sweet. But Hagrid deserves the biggest apology from everyone in this book. Oh my gosh. Let me talk about this book because I feel like I haven't really talked about it in this video. So we're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna give this a 4 stars. Don't know what I gave the first one. I'm trying to think what I gave the first one. Like a 4.25, 4 stars, something like that. It's so nostalgic. On top of that, you start to get into the nitty gritty and you start to actually learn about Voldemort, where he was before he was this Dark Lord, which I always really find fascinating. I also love that on top of that, we learn about the school's history and we learn about the Chamber of Secrets. On top of that, we also have bits in the Forbidden Forest, and we also talk about some characters like Hagrid that are very important and very family-like to everyone. I always love learning about Hagrid. I mean, he is such a sweetheart. The details that are in the movie, but there are so many details in this book that matter because it explains why Harry, Hermione, and Ron were where Mrs. Norris was when she was petrified, and it also explains like how they get out of the Chamber of Secrets, little things like that are I need because I like having that connection and seeing where they were before that. So when you don't have that, sometimes that like pisses me off. So I really liked that. One of my favorite bits about this book, there was a lot of talk about mudbloods and purebloods, half-bloods. Hermione has muggle parents. There was a lot of issues with Malfoy really harassing her, and I hate it. Like, it was so awful because this little girl doesn't deserve it. I mean, she is literally brighter than Malfoy and he is a pureblood. But I loved, my favorite bit about this book is how Ron and Harry were always there to defend Hermione and make sure that no one was disrespecting her. I did really, really like Ron though, but I know one thing. Last time the Chamber of Secrets was open, a mudblood died. So I bet it's a matter of time before one of them's killed this time. I hope it's Granger, he said with relish. Ron was clenching Crabbe's gigantic fist, feeling that it would be a bit of a giveaway if Ron punched Malfoy. Harry shot him a warning look. These little things that were happening because Ron was so fed up Malfoy on how he's speaking with her. Also, him putting spells on Malfoy, like he was going to beat this kid up if he keeps talking about his girl, and I love the crumbs. I can't believe that a 13-year-old, I think he's 13 or 12, 11, something, 13 or 12, something like that, beat a giant ass snake. I mean, the way that she explained it, it made sense. You know, like it was just like luck, but like still, I'm like, also got his ass whooped by a 13-year-old. Greatest wizard who? I just keep thinking about that. That's so funny to me. I also love the Weasleys. They seriously adopted Harry in this book. They were like, you can literally stay with us, and Mrs. Weasley, such a wonderful mom. And then you got Arthur Weasley, who was like, it's just so sweet. And then he's got his brothers, and then there's Ginny. I love it. I love how they truly did adopt him, and he's got like a family that he didn't have. And again, there were bits where Ron was like, I know it's not a lot, and he's like, no, it's literally perfect. I don't count. I won't even lie, the scenes where it was the parcel tongue, that had some aura. I don't know why, but every time that happened, I was like, slay. I just loved it. I don't know why. Every single time Harry was speaking parcel tongue, and same with this other person. I was like, I just thought it was really cool and I enjoyed that. Other than that, it's very nostalgic and I am so glad I read this book. This is the farthest I've ever gone in Harry Potter. This is my first ever time reading this book. The first one I kind of knew, you know, there were things I knew because I had read it for another time, but this is my first time ever reading this. I am glad that I got to share my experience. These two obviously are easiest to read. It's the quickest I can read them. I will say it took me longer to read this because I just got busy and I didn't have time to be able to read it, but every single time I did have time, I sat down and read a big chunk of this. My battery is about to die. I am going to end this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm so glad that I get to share my experience of the first time reading this series. I definitely want to keep rereading it like every single year. I think that would be a lot of fun, especially around like Burr months. My battery's gonna die. I'm gonna watch the movie and I'll maybe add a clip or so if I am reading it, or if I'm watching it. I'll talk about the differences in the movie because I know the movie really left out a lot. And no wonder I was confused as a kid because I had to look things up for it to make sense to my head. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go like and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time I post. I love you guys so dearly. I'm so glad you guys could come here with me as I read this for the first time, and I will see you guys in my next video.